This channel is supported by my online fishing courses, and you can learn more and get significant discounts at saltstrong.com/Skinner. I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay, it's my yearly season summary, along with highlighting some pieces of gear that I really liked. And hey, the first species we're going to touch on here is Weakfish. And Weakfish for us in the Long Island area, especially the Peconic system, just really spectacular. It was so great to see them back. Here's my daughter Katie. She's got a really nice one on here. This brings back memory of decades ago seeing tide runners of this size, and that was probably the biggest one that I put in the boat. But there were a lot of Weakfish. In fact, I'm going to show you a picture of the fish finder in a second. You'll get to see how thick those things were stacked. And there you go. Look at that. We're in 60 feet of water, and it looks like 2/3, certainly more than half from the bottom up. That's solid fish. In fact, sometimes you can't drop the diamond jig through that without getting hit. Okay, staying with the Weakfish, the first product I want to mention, Berkeley Gulp came out with a 4-inch grub. That was a real winner for me for the Weakfish, for the fluke, and also for the southern species down in Florida. And you know, Weakfish also called sea trout in many areas. But yeah, you see that 4-inch grub hanging off the teaser. I have tipped a bucktail with that same grub. But yeah, they just came out with that size this year. It's just worked so well for me for a lot of different species. And this is another real nice Weakfish. Just, you know, so excited to see this. This was the first morning I got them. You see there's no other boats around, and I had over 50 of them. Not that size. That was the biggest one. Most of the fish are smaller than this, but it's just really bodes well for the future of the fishery. All right, take note of the color of the water. Yeah, it's kind of turbid. So I tried dropping an underwater camera down to get video of the fish, and what I found was once you get down near the bottom, it's black down there, at least on the video. There's like no light at all. It's completely black. So my brother and I were doing a test on this trip. This is diamond jigging, so we used the regular chrome jigs against also black, painted black, and glow. And the product that I'm going to recommend on this one, glow diamond jigs. So this was a tremendous video for learning, and I'm going to put a link to this in the video description of the full video from this. But I can tell you that the worst performing jig by far was chrome, and that's what everybody uses. I mean, it's hard to find glow-in-the-dark diamond jigs. Glow-in-the-dark was the best, and black, just took it, spray painted it black. Black was way better than chrome. Glow was the best of the three. Yeah, and it even showed up in the number of fish that were snagged, where foul-hooked fish were generally foul-hooked with a chrome jig. They just couldn't see it. Okay, let's talk about fluke. And we'll start in the spring Peconic Bay fishery. It wasn't great. It is nothing compared to what it was 4 years ago and earlier. However, it was better than the previous year, and there were some nice fish around. And here's my brother. This was the same trip where we did the weak fishing. We had 61 weakfish that we caught for that test of Jig Color. I decided to make a stop on some fluke grounds on the way back, and I'm glad we did, because here comes his personal best. And this was a real beautiful fish. And yeah, generally there were some decent ones in the bay, definitely better than the previous year. And there you go, it's just under 10 pounds. Didn't quite make it, but that was a beauty. All right, I'm sitting in my favorite product of the year, and that is this Old Town Sportsman Autopilot 120. The big thing is it's got that electric trolling motor, that Minn Kota up there. Everything is made to work together. It's just unbelievable. You see him out on an awful, terrible day. Yeah, okay, so this is the South Shore Bay, Shinnecock Bay, actually. Fishing was pretty good in the bay for fluke, at least as good as it was the previous year. All the boats have left. I've got wind against current, no problem. I set it on autopilot, going into it slow. I get exactly the drift I want. You're going to see more of this kayak, but it was awesome for fluke.
Oh, there's 19 and 20.
Okay, that rod, that is the Dark Matter John Skinner fluke rod. Actually, it's called a Jig and Bounce. I shouldn't call it a fluke rod. It makes an awesome blackfish rod. I've used a 3-way bucktailing in plum gut. I've caught grouper on it. I did spend over a year, four, at least 5 prototypes to get this just the way I wanted it for fluke. And it's just been spectacular. It's been very popular. People love it. So that's, just been a real winner. The ocean fluke fishing, it's okay. It was probably on par with the previous season. This is actually out off of Block Island, and we were there because Montauk wasn't very good at this particular time. Everything had its ups and downs, but here comes a good one. And that rod's available at J&H Tackle. And unfortunately, for probably the 3rd or 4th season in a row, I guess the 4th season, the fishing in Long Island Sound, the fluke fishing, was just way off of what it should be. I don't know what's happened there, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. But quite a few small ones. Hopefully it will pick up. All right, I'll admit this plug surprised me. It's a Dark Matter Spook. It weighs 3.7 ounces. When I first saw it, I didn't care for the dimensions. I thought it was a little chubby.
I know you're there.
I didn't know how it was going to cast. It turns out the action's awesome. It casts way farther than it should, and the fish love it. It was a big producer for me this year.
That was him. Nice fish.
All right, so striper fishing. You know what? The sound for me was worse than it was the previous year. The previous year was definitely better. The bay in the springtime was about the same. It was decent. What I missed out on, which I know was very good, I had very good reports from the South Shore. October, especially the night bite, was excellent. Nice quality fish. Boy, if I could be in 2 places at once, I would be on the North Fork and I would be over there. But all right, this spook definitely had its moments up here. This is Long Island Sound, and got some water texture there. A little choppy, doesn't matter. This plug plows right through it. There was actually a mini blitz of smaller fish, with a lot of smaller fish around at this point. And this plug did a great job of culling a couple bigger ones out. Yeah, and here's that classic bone color. The best for me was actually that strange green that I had on the first fish there. Yeah, it's a Dark Matter Astro Spook. All right, I helped with the development of this plug. It's the Savage Gear Panic Pencil.
I think I'm going to hit this cast. Yeah. Come on. That's the spot. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're there. Oh, look at the boil. Oh, damn it. Damn it, that's a quality fish. Oh my God. There it is. Yep. 30 plus.
And this is the 6.5 inch, 2 3/4 ounce model.
I like to walk in behind them. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's a big ass fish. All right. That is a big ass fish.
Same plug, best hit of my lifetime here. I know that there's a shark following the plug. Okay, the hooks eventually pulled on that one, but I switched to live eels after dark, and I landed this one on my 9-foot 2-inch John Skinner Dark Matter surf rod. I really shocked that I could get him to the shore. Hey, don't grab him by the tail. This is not brilliant. I'm just trying to get him to the shore and get the hook out, and I did. I got him to the shore, unhooked him, off he went. Okay, bluefish. Yes, bluefish were more plentiful, at least on eastern Long Island this past year. The bay was solid, definitely better than the previous year, and some good shots of them in the sound. It was, inconsistent, but they were showing, again, better than the previous year, so no complaints with them. And this is the smaller version of that Savage Gear Panic Pencil. And this is a product for next season. This is the final prototype of a smaller version of that Skinner surf rod. This is an 8-footer, and I'm just putting it through the ringer here, trying to really push on it with these big blues. I love it. It's a great rod. I'm told it will be out in April.
Here it comes.
All right, back on that wonderful kayak. This time for Blackfish. Hey, it's got spot lock, it's got autopilot, so I'm just motoring up on my Blackfish rock here and waiting for it to show up on the fish finder. When it does, I push a button, I'm anchored, ready to fish. I just can't say enough good things about this rig. It's just been wonderful for me. Multiple species, north, south, just great.
And this should be a lot of fish here.
All right, now with spot lock on the kayak, there's no more swinging off of stuff with an anchor line. It's just, you're planted on it. It's just perfect. Blackfishing, I thought was at least as good as it was the previous season. It actually seemed a little bit better. I saw some larger fish. Yep, no complaints there whatsoever.
Oh, feels like some power there. I got albies busting. I think it's the biggest one. Whoa, that's a good one. I think I can forego the net because I don't have to lift them very far. Then they shake. Nice one.
And you might have heard me say albies busting. Yeah, now with the electric motor, first of all, it's easy to leave that spot and then go right back to it. But also I can just motor up very quietly where there's some albies. All right, albie season was solid, way better than the previous year. Not as good as 2016, 2017, but no complaints. Good season, both on the boat, or on the kayak rather, and on the beach. This is a Malone wide track Kayak Cart. It's helped me out so much. It's got those big tires, the wide setting on the bunks, which are fully adjustable, and Yeah, you know, this thing's 85 pounds if it's stripped, but yeah, I left the gear in, so it's kind of even, definitely heavier than that. But no big deal. You shift it on there, it positions itself nicely, you strap it down. And this beach is really difficult because it's got this loose, granular, rocky stuff. Every step you take, your feet sink in when you get up towards the water line, and it's pitched. And yeah, no problem. The cart will go right over it. And I've used it on sand. It works great on that. Oh, goodness, it's just such a winner. It's really helps with a kayak that's heavier and wider. That yellow thing floating is a camera drone, wireless. As I'm dropping the jig down, that's my cell phone sitting on that black box there. Now you can't see what I'm seeing, but yeah, there's wireless communication there. I can see what the underwater camera sees. So this is really cool. So I'm getting like live video from the bottom, and I can position it really nicely. And yeah, it's a great toy, but it's way more than that because it's just, you know, really a good learning tool. And I'm going to show you what it is that I see on that cell phone display. And there you go. I mean, look at this. Of course, you can record, which is what I've done there. You put a memory card in. Hey, this is what happens when you drop a blackfish jig down. You think a fish is biting? No, 20 fish are biting. This is why you have to wait through all those little taps, because you got the porgies, the little sea bass, all that stuff, and you know, the blackfish will pick it up and swim just like that guy did, and you'll catch them. So yeah, a chasing F1 drone, really cool. Okay, from the middle of November to the beginning of May, I'm fishing Florida, Southwest Florida, and I'm going to have two small products in a second that really helped me with tarpon that seemed uncatchable.
Full size. Holy smokes.
All right, first of all, I'm spot locked with the kayak for these, and the trolling motor on and off making adjustments doesn't scare the tarpon, so that's huge. But the lures, yeah, it's something simple. A Zoom 5-inch Salty Super Fluke water red pearl color. I just couldn't get these things to hit anything. They're hard to catch. They do hit this, and oh, goodness, these are some game fish. The other thing, simple, Seaguar Inshore 40. Fluorocarbon somehow holds up to these fish. It's not heavy fluoro for these. Wow, yeah. It's hard to beat these fish. All right, I'd like to wish my viewers happy holidays and invite them to check out my winter fishing videos. That stuff's going to go right through until the next fishing season up in the Northeast. But during the winter, it will be snook and tarpon and redfish and all those good things. Sheep's head, plenty of stuff. Some fishing out on the reefs. All right, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out my online courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner. And hey, the fight is never over until it's over.